Good.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome here. MFNERC. I'm doing an interview today with these two women who are very patient. They came all the way here from Iceland. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Can you please introduce
there.
yourself?
Yes, my name is Julia Reynsdóttir. The sign is Julia. Hi, my name is Heiðdís.
Where's your home?
I'm from Iceland. I live in Reykjavík. The same with me. I'm from Iceland, but I live in Kópavogur, which is close to Reykjavík.
Can you explain where you grew up, please? Where did you go to school?
I was born on a little island by Iceland called Vestmann Island. I was born there with my twin brother, who is also deaf. We grew up there, but when we were entering the deaf school, we moved to Reykjavík. I'm born in the far north of Iceland, a tiny town. I grew up there until I was about 10, 11 years old. Then the family moved to Reykjavík so that I could enter the deaf school.
Great. Why did you come here? You came to America, then you came to Canada. Can you please explain why?
Yes. In around 1870, the life in Iceland was really difficult. There had been there was starvation, and there was so cold, and there was eruption, so there was a lot of people who moved to the Americas, up to Gimli in Manitoba, to North Dakota, and also to Hekla Island, and so there were several Icelanders who lived in that area. And I think there were about 15,000 Icelanders who moved. So we are trying to find if there are any people here with relations to Iceland, deaf people that we could have contact with and connections, and do a project between Iceland and Canada and America, North America. And this project is called Snorri Deaf. And it's a new project. The hearing people have had a Snorri project going on for years, when there are visits back and forth between Iceland and Canada and the United States. So we are joining the deaf part to the project and have visits and cooperation between the countries.
What culture about deaf culture is important to you?
Well, it's an identity thing. Just to be deaf, that means it's easy to contact different people, deaf people in different countries, for example.
What do you hope in the future? What's your hopes?
Well, I would say my hopes were that we would form strong connections between Iceland and North America for the deaf, because everybody gains from visits like that. Yeah, and those visits are really necessary, because in Iceland there is only one deaf association. There are very few deaf there. So having the world open is positive. Cooperate, learn from each other. Come here and to your office to see what you are doing, and what the work that has been going on here. We can learn from that.
The deaf community in Iceland, and are there many deaf people in Iceland?
Deaf signing people in Iceland are between 200, 250. Around that. Then we have more that are not signing, not fluent signers. So the Deaf Association in Iceland has around 200 members in it.
Great. Thank you very much for coming and sharing your information with us today. And now you're off to the United States, and then next you're flying home. Will you come back again?
There might be other
Maybe
people.
other deaf people will come in the future.
When our trip here is done, there might be deaf people from here going to Iceland next year. And the
Oh.
year after that, other deaf people coming here. So that's the exchange. It's not the same people over and over again. It's new people all the time.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing your experience with us here.
May I add a little bit? If you have Icelandic roots and are deaf, you can go on the website Icelandic roots. Sorry, it's spelled IcelandicRoots.com, and there you can figure out and see your relatives. Okay, good.
Thank you for sharing your experiences with us and for coming here. Wonderful to see you. Good job. Really nice.